Now that we've practiced connecting the letters B and O to other letters at the midpoint, we're going to practice the same thing with the letters V and W. So the first one is VA, like you'd have at the beginning of vase. We're going to start at the baseline, do an upswing to the midpoint, down to 8, curve around to 4, back up to the midpoint and end with a dip. That's our V. Now we are going to do an overcurve over the top of A, stopping at 2, and then curve back around, making the A. Go straight down to the baseline and end with a short upswing. Again, slowly, slow is steady, and steady is fast. Over the top to 2, back around, then back up to 2, straight down, and a short upswing. I definitely did a better job here than I did here, closing my V up a little bit. But I'm not going to use my eraser. No erasers. I'm going to keep practicing it till I think I can do it without thinking about it so hard. Building that muscle memory. Okay, the next one is VE. VE is at the end of a lot of letters because remember that job of E is one of them is to make sure that V is not at the end of any letters. At the end of any words, excuse me. So there's our VE. We're going to make the E the same way that we did with the O and with the B. I feel like I'm getting a little tall. Make sure you stop at the midpoint. Okay, the next one is VI, as in violin, or violet. Vicious. V-I. Be careful to close up our V just a little bit, and then have our dip over to the I. Close up the V just a little, dip, and then straight down, ending with a short upswing, and dotting the I. Now we see VO, voice, begins with VO. This is one of those ones where we have to do the overcurve over the top of the letter to get to 2 on the clock. Make sure that we're going the correct direction. Make your V and end with a dip, and then do your overcurve to 2 on the clock, stop, turn around, and finish your O. Okay, we'll do VU and VY, and I'm not going to continue to fill up my lines, but I want you to continue to do so. Remember, you can pause, you can slow me down on the settings. The only thing that separates the V and the U, I guess there's 2 things. That we kind of close up the V a little bit, it curves back around, and then also that it ends at the midpoint. So V, U. V, Y. Just like the U, but the Y has a tail. V, Y. My pencil's getting dull, and it's hard to do this with a dull pencil. So make sure that if yours gets dull, if you're able to sharpen it or trade it out for a different one, please do that. Okay? When you're ready, we're going to do the letters at the bottom. These are the W connections to the midpoint. W-A, W, A, W-E. Remember that W has the same strokes as a U and then the same strokes as a V pushed together. And that is a word all by itself, we. No, not like your Wii Nintendo thing. That's not spelled the same way. Alright, make sure that all of these stay close to the midpoint. W-I begins wish and will and wings. W-I. W-O. Got W-U. W-U. It's a little bit hard to say, and it's also hard to read if we don't end at the midpoint. If we didn't end those at the midpoint, it would look like this. Can you tell me what that is? I sure couldn't. W-Y. Ooh, I did a not good job of keeping these all the same height. Put a check mark on that one. We're going to do better the next time. That's a little bit better. Alright, W-R. One of our phonograms that says like write. I'm writing letters in cursive. Okay, and then W-S that we would see at the end of draws. Bows. Got our W that ends in a dip, straight back down to the baseline, curving from 4 to 8, 8 to 4, and ending with a small upswing. Our W that ends in a dip, straight down to the baseline, curve from 4 to 8, 8 to 4, and ending in a small upswing. Straight down to the baseline, 4 to 8, 8 to 4, and a small upswing. Okay. Alright guys, that is the end of our lowercase letters. So be ready next time we're going to start capital letters.